Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the new lesson in our preparation for the national exam for 2021. The first lesson is called Phrasal Verbs. Phrasal Verbs. The phrasal verb is the combination between the base verb and the particle, such as an adverb. بمعنى أن الphrasal verb هي عبارة عن جمع ما بين الفعل في صيغته الأصلية والparticle اللي ممكن أنها تكون preposition أو لا تكون adverb. The base verb and the particle get a meaning that is different from the original meaning as separate words. بمعنى أن الفعل في صيغته الأصلية زائد الparticle كيكون عندهم معنى مختلف من المعنى الأصلي ديال الفعل والparticle. Okay? For example, we have wake up. Wake up is a phrasal verb. Wake up عندنا هو مثال حي ديال phrasal verb لكي تكون ما بين wake و up. Base verb اللي هو wake و up اللي هي الparticle. المعنى ديال wake up هي استيقظ. Okay? I need to wake up tomorrow by 8 o'clock. Okay? خاصني نوض غدا مع 8 ديال الصباح. So wake up كتكون ما بين wake و up، ولكن ملي كنحطوهم بجوج مع بعضياتهم كيكونوا لنا phrasal verb اللي عندها معنى مختلف على المعنى ديال الكلمتين منفصلتين عن بعضهما البعض. Now we are going to see some phrasal verbs, and we're going to see the meaning of each one of them. Of course, there are too many phrasal verbs in English, but we will go over some of them just to have an idea. First example, we have bring up. It has two meanings: raise children and mention a topic. My mother brought up a new topic. يعني الأم ديالي جبدت واحد الموضوع جديد مثلا in a conversation. It isn't easy to bring up children. يعني it isn't easy to raise children. ماشي سهل أنك تكبر الأطفال. The second example is fill out. Fill out بمعنى complete a form. Complete a form. For example, I need to fill out this application. Complete a form بمعنى أنك كتعمر استمارة. Okay? You fill out a form يعني كتعمر استمارة. كتعمر يعني كتملأ واحد الورقة أو واحد الفورم. Okay? Fill up. لاحظ معايا أن عندي نفس الverb ولكن الparticle مختلفة. في الأول عندي out، في الثاني عندي up. Fill up means fill to capacity. بمعنى أنك كتعمر شي حاجة. كتعمر يعني بحال قلتي عندك واحد الحاجة فيها يعني فراغ وانت كتعمرها بشي حاجة أخرى. She filled up her cart with vegetables. يعني عمرات الكروسة ديالها بالخضرة. Okay? يعني عمرات شي حاجة. We have another example. Find out بمعنى discover. Find out بمعنى discover. I just found out that they cancelled my flight. I just found out that they cancelled my flight. بمعنى أنني يلاه اكتشفت أنهم لغاو الرحلة ديالي. Okay? So find out بمعنى اكتشف أمرا معينا. Discovered something. Give away بمعنى give something to someone else for free. يعني كتعطي شي حاجة لشي واحد بدون مقابل. كتعطي شي حاجة لشي واحد بدون مقابل. For example, the association is giving away free clothes. يعني الجمعية كتعطي أو لا كتهدي ملابس بالمجان. يعني كل ما يدخل في إطار الصدقة أو الهدية أو لا شيء من هذا القبيل الذي ممكن أن تعطيه لشي واحد بدون مقابل. take off means remove clothing. Take off means remove clothing. Example, it was so hot that I had to take off my shirt. يعني قال باللي الجو كان سخون لدرجة أنني كان خاصني نحيد الشورت ديالي يعني القميص ديالي. Okay, turn down means lower volume. Can you please turn down the radio a bit? بمعنى واش ممكن أنك تنقص شوية من الراديو. So turn down is for يعني الصوت، نقص الصوت ديال شي حاجة. Okay, throw away means discard يعني أنك ترمي شي حاجة أو لا تلوح شي حاجة. Don't throw away these clothes. ما تلوحش هاد الملابس. Okay, so these are some examples of phrasal verbs. We're going to see other examples. I just want you to see how the phrasal verbs are used in the sentence. I'm just going to read and you guys can see the phrasal verbs are the ones highlighted with the yellow color. Okay, as Peter stayed out late, his father decided to lock him out and refused to let him in despite the mother's plea. For security reasons, you should always log out when you finish reading your emails. We filled in the application form and handed it in to the manager. The firemen have at last managed to put out the fire. The train was pulling out just as we got to the station. Consequently, we had to wait for the next train. Mary and her brother decided to take their mother out on Mother's Day. When I went to see my friend, she asked me in for a cup of coffee. When Sarah heard the news of her father's death, she passed out. So as you guys see, phrasal verbs are used a lot in English. Okay, you're going to use it a lot, so you need to learn it. You need to get familiar with it. Okay, let's go and see some practice. Let's practice what we have learned in this lesson. Okay, in this exercise I have picked these sentences from the last 5 or 6 national exams in Morocco. Okay, and almost every national exam has a sentence or two where they ask you to fill out the blank with the correct phrasal verb. So this means that phrasal verbs have a big chance to be in the national exam. That's why we need to learn it and get familiar with it. Okay, so let's start. Andrew thinks that the project will positive results. Okay, so we have 3 choices. We have set out, we have take up, and we have bring about. Okay, over here we need to understand the meaning of each one and see if it's gonna fit the context. Okay, سنشوفوا كل phrasal verb ونعرفوا المعنى ديالها ونشوفوا واش غادي تكون مناسبة في السياق ديال الجملة أو لا. Okay, so let's see. Set out. ما غاديش نقولوا Android thinks that the project will set out positive results حيت هنا المعنى المفهوم من الجملة هو أن اندروي كيعتقد أن المشروع غادي يحقق نتائج إيجابية. أوكي، دونك الفريزال فيرب اللي كنقلبوا عليه خصو يكون المعنى ديالو يحقق. إلا قلبتي وعرفتي المعنى ديال يحقق غتلقاها هي bring about. Okay, so bring about is the correct answer. Android thinks that the project will bring about positive results. Next, Leslie couldn't decide. She needs to more about the job. اوكي، بمعنى ان ليسلي ما قدراتش انها تقرر، خاصها تعرف اكثر وتكتشف اكثر على العمل. يعني هي كتقلب على واحد العمل، اولا مثلا لقات واحد العمل وعطاوها واحد العرض، ولكن هي ما كتعرفش بزاف على داك العرض او على داك العمل. خاصها دير ابحاث وتعرف اكثر وتكتشف اكثر على هذا العمل. So if you guys remember from the previous examples, we saw find out انها discover انها تكتشف. Okay, so that's going to be the correct answer. She needs to find out more about the job. خاصها تكتشف اكثر، خاصها تقلب اكثر، خاصها تعرف اكثر. اوكي، هذوما المعاني يعني اللي كتعنيها find out تعرف، تكتشف. اوكي. The next example, MSF, Médecins Sans Frontières. MSF, it's an abbreviation. Okay, it's an abbreviation يعني اختصار ديال Médecins Sans Frontières. ملي كيكون عندنا اختصار ديال واحد الجملة، اوكي، دائما كنستعملو stands for. اوكي، stands for. For example, اختصار ديال I don't know، اختصار ديال I don't have an example, but let's just stick to the example that we have here. عندنا MSF اختصار ديال Médecins Sans Frontières, so we're going to use stands for as the phrasal verb. Okay. The next example, Jonathan didn't for the interview yesterday because he was sick. Okay. المعنى ديالها ان جوناثان ما جاش او لا ما ظهرش او لا ما حضرش الانترفيو ديال البارح، يعني مقابلة العمل او لا مقابلة ديال شي حاجة. علاش؟ لانه كان مريض. so ما حضرش معنى ديالها حضر او لا جا، معنى ديالها show up. when you show up يعني okay, I'm expecting you to show up tomorrow at 8 o'clock. يعني انا كنتوقع منك انك غتحضر غدا مع 8 ديال الصباح مثلا، او لا you need to show up tonight by such a time. okay, يعني خاصك تحضر، خاصك تجي. so that means that we're going to use show up as the phrasal verb in this sentence. The next example, our teachers intend to a new English club. يعني المعلمين أو الأساتذة ديالنا intend to يعني يرغبون في a new English club. يعني من المفهوم هادشي اللي كتحاول أنك دير، كتقرأ الجملة وكتفهم المفهوم، كتفهم المعنى أو المضمون ديالها من خلال السياق ديالها. okay. our teachers intend to أنهم يأسسوا واحد الكلاب ديال English، واحد الفريق أو واحد الكلوب ديال اللغة الإنجليزية. so we're going to use the phrasal verb set up. okay. set up هي أسس أو لا أنك دير شي حاجة أو لا تخلق شي حاجة اللي هي جديدة. The last example, I really don't him on this point. هنا المفهوم هو أن ما كنتفقش معاه في هذه النقطة. okay. so we're going to use agree with. I really don't agree with him on this point. I really don't agree with him on this point. okay. so agree with him or agree with is the phrasal verb that we are using in this sentence. And by this point we have arrived to the end of this lesson. of this preparation video. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video and have learned something new about the phrasal verbs. Inshallah, we'll see you in the next video, inshallah, where we're going to learn a new lesson or another lesson in order to prepare for the national exam and be well prepared and answer the most possible number of questions in the exam so we can pass, inshallah. See you inshallah next time, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.